Colossians 3:16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, with thankfulness in your hearts to God. Meaning in its original context. When Paul wrote this, he was encouraging the believers in Colossae to let the message of Jesus, the gospel, become the living, guiding reality of their lives. Dwell means to take up residence, to live in. Paul wasn't saying occasionally visit the word of Christ, but rather to let it move in permanently. Richly suggests abundance, not a sparse or shallow knowledge of God's truth, but a deep, overflowing, well-nourished faith. This dwelling was meant to shape relationships, teaching and admonishing one another, and worship, psalms, hymns, spiritual songs. What it means for us today. 1. The Word as a daily companion. In a world flooded with opinions, news feeds, and self-help slogans, letting Christ's Word dwell richly means filtering life through Scripture rather than culture. It's not just reading a verse in the morning. It's allowing it to shape decisions, attitudes, and reactions all day long. 2. Overflowing into community. Paul ties personal spiritual depth to community encouragement. When God's truth is alive in us, it naturally spills over into teaching others gently, challenging each other lovingly, and building up faith together. 3. Fuel for gratitude and joy. The result isn't dry religiosity, it's joy. Singing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs points to an inner life that is so full of Christ that it expresses itself in thankfulness, even in hard times. 4. Richness over minimalism in faith. Many people today settle for a bare minimum faith, occasional church, occasional prayer. This verse pushes us toward a lavish relationship with God, where His Word saturates us the way rich soil saturates the roots of a plant. Might you on practical ways to live this out today? Meditate on Scripture instead of just skimming it. Think about how it applies to your life that day. Memorize verses so the Word can dwell in you even when a Bible isn't in front of you. Share what you're learning in casual conversations, small groups, or even with friends over coffee. Sing truth through worship music or even humming a hymn so that faith moves from head to heart. Be thankful deliberately, making gratitude part of your prayer and speech. If you think about it, Paul's words here are essentially saying, don't let God's truth be a weekend guest. Let it move into your life, unpack its bags, and rearrange the furniture.